All right, welcome. It is time for Friday to begin as we are moving through our campaign that was pulling from a few D&D adventures for this amazing Friday. We will see exactly what happens now that our crew had gone in deep into the Emerald Grotto and grabbed their prize, winning the glory of the competition festival that is here, the Festival of Merit, beating their rivals and coming out, but in a moment, having dislodged a cave wall, they found a strange gem that gave them a vision of a person in torturous pain, in prison, calling out, praying for the gods to call champions, indicating that just possibly the champions are these who have found this gem. The rivals who were with them simply indicated they heard some muffled voice and watched everyone pass out, thus have helped them out of the cave. So, it is night and the moons are high as a little waterlogged, bloodied, and tired, you do make it out. Very excited, Elder Ushru comes up to you, grabs you, and aha! You are the right ones! And lifts you very high up and declares you winners. Goes, here are your winners of merit! And the crowd begins to surround, hit you all in the back, give you mighty hugs. No personal space allowed here. You're somewhat separated, holding on to the jewel itself. And immediately you see these horizon-back turtles that you saw before, massive, able to bring entire houses, are carrying not a house, but 3 arrive, each one with something about the size of a house, and you realize are barrels. And several taps are put into them as goblins come from ropes down onto the taps, and people run up with cups, and they begin to pour the alcohol down. As you see Io is with you going, oh, I didn't even realize they're going to do that. Oh, excellent. Like, y'all drinks tomorrow night then. You better pay up as the mighty celebration occurs. As this is happening, what would you like to do during this celebration?
It's tainted. I don't want it. Put it back. I think Zill, mission focused, lawful good little dumpling that he is trying very hard to find a moment with Elder Ushru or Elder Kolbu to discuss what we saw. And he's completely checked out of the celebratory atmosphere and is trying to reckon with this incredible discovery and the revelation that there's a temple to the Moonweaver in Jikau, and this upends everything that Zill understands about this village, and he doesn't understand why it's not well known within the dynasty. This is all kind of overwhelming. And so he's sort of like jostling for position, trying not to step on the goblins, treating them a little too fragilely. I'm sure they don't appreciate it either, that he's taking such pains.
Absolutely. He listens to your story intently and a little bit distracted, even with all the crowds, and you get the sense of somebody who has duties to perform, but also views this as very important. As his eyes lock with yours, he goes, "Right, I've heard of something. Tell you what, this is a night of celebration. It's nothing that has to be taken care of now. We need to discuss the employment of all of you tomorrow anyway. So I will meet you for breakfast at your inn. And it's all covered as winners anyway of the merit, plus your work. And we will discuss the details of your employment as well as this, what you've told me. But give me some time to check on a few tomes as well. Does that sound good?
Yes, of course. I didn't mean to ruin the atmosphere. It just
No.
the figure was begging for our aid. So
Yes, but you're not going to get anything done tonight. I will tell you. This is interesting. You must forgive me. I am an old man. And one thing you learn is things aren't ever as urgent as you think they are. Drink. Celebrate your victory. There'll be time to worry about tragedies tomorrow. And then he looks at you. I'm quite serious. Never let the joyous times and the opportunities they might bring slip by too quickly.
These are wise words. I will do my best to heed them. And then Zil will look back towards the group and kind of shrug. I imagine he's standing like 2 or 3 feet above the rest of these assembled goblins and orcs. But gesturing like, oh, I tried.
Anybody else?
When I see him do that, I wave him over. And as soon as he gets over there, I drag him out with a drink and make him start dancing. Come on, Zil. Let's go dance.
Oh, Siora, you know that I'm still getting accustomed to the size of this body. It's going to be
You'll be fine.
terrible display.
Here, have one of these.
I feel like this might make my coordination work. Oh, very well. And he'll throw back whatever you handed to him.
It's just a mail. But it's going to loosen him up a little. That's why she shoves it to him.
He definitely needs that. Do I need to make a performance check, Matt?
Let's see it. See if you stomp anybody.
Oh, what's my modifier? A healthy 0. That's a flat 16. Very respectable.
Very good. You start doing it, people begin to both dance around you and under you as you do very well with what you're doing. And before you know it, Maggie approaches with a big smile on her face. Like, someone my size! Let's go! And starts spinning you around. They go, hey! Anything else?
And I don't think that I'm doing anything specific, but I would say that probably hanging out with the other crew, kind of trying to get to know them a little bit better, sharing drinks with them, Io, and those that are not on the dance floor.
Okay,
Or
just sort of like hanging
dancing.
and having that fun, yeah. Very nice. Yeah. So you have a chance, and it is one time people are talking to you is they go, if you say, make sure you turn in the eye, they'll give you a free in and some gold for it, so that they can attach it to something else deadly next year.
Choices challenge always deadly then.
Oh yeah, I heard this year there was a small creature they put at the end, comparatively.
I mean, might have been small, but it was certainly dangerous.
Well, it wouldn't be merit if you didn't have to do something for it.
That's true. I do feel like we earned it. Have you heard any interesting rumors around here lately?
That's an odd question.
Yep. But he's Tyndall. He wants to know what's going on.
So what's some rumors? Give me some goss. Come on, let's get this. Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, sure. Nope. That's a 7.
Oh, so typical newcomer. Or you just think that we're a small town, so we spread things out. Like when Magpie went after, just like you're doing it right now as someone slaps them. Come around, leave you and get a game of darts going to try to go. Come play darts with us, right? It's just kind of changed.
All right, let's do it. Just trying to learn the local news, you know.
Right. Anything else in particular tonight?
I think just try and enjoy the festivities.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, Tyndall definitely plays darts. I don't know if he does any good. Probably not.
Dexterity check.
Sure. He does all right. It's a 10.
You lose 5 gold.
Ouch.
Over many, many 1 silver games.
It's like a fourth of my gold right now.
But eventually, the crowd dies down as Arushu approaches you and remembers to tell you and goes, takes your emerald, gives you 100 gold to split among you, or to use however you'd like. Goes, I hope you enjoy yourselves. And please, please, please take the inn for the night. This would be the Unbroken Tusk. Oh, you could stay there and listen to me. Enjoy. And we have had a few. I'll talk in the morning, I guess. Have a good night, and I'll be around there in the morning. You'll find me below, and we'll go over the issues. Kind of takes another look, eyes the medallion that you all took out, and makes his way. Then anything for the night?
As we walk away, Tyndall will lean over to Sayora and Unbroken Tusk, isn't that the setting of Tusk Love?
You might be right. hadn't thought about that.
We'll have to see if it lives up to the reputation.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Zill's gonna drunkenly make some very kind of cringy, grandiose, chivalrous display towards Ao and the rest of her group, thanking them for their assistance against the shark. But by the time he kind of works up the gumption for it, he's been overserved. So it's a little. It's very enthusiastic and very sincere. Is what I'll say.
Very nice. In that case, you go to sleep, and they do say they're into it as well as they go. She speaks to them. Thank you. Oh, well, maybe we'll see you around. Especially, it looks like you might be taking some work as well. We agreed to a morning shift since the champions might be hung off. Or they'll be hung over too. I hope there's no crime in the morning. But have a great night.
Good night.
They cheer and go away.
Nazan will stay close to Zill, just kind of help guide.
Nice.
Yeah, he needs it. He'll bump into things occasionally because he's not used to being this big. It's worse when he's drunk, obviously.
All right. Then you find yourself a little late in the morning as daybreak comes and warms your room more than you used to. The alcohol and the heavy exertion taking its toll as there's a knock and you hear the voice of Elder Shiru. Excuse me, Razgarders, I wish we're supposed to have a meal. I've been waiting 2 hours. Is this the right room?
Oh, yep.
Oh, excellent.
I'll ask them to bring it in. Is that what they're doing? Did they bring it with them? Sorry, I was.
No, they wanted you to come on down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll wrangle everybody and we'll come down. Buzan will head over with a water skin to Zill. Zill.
How are you up and awake already?
Oh. I've experienced drunkenness before, so I didn't drink as much. But now you have 2. Have some water. It helps.
Yes, maybe one of the clerics could spare some healing. Curious, did anyone have any strange dreams last night?
No, just the same ones I have every night.
You're wondering if any of us had dreams about that individual we saw. Can't say that I did.
Oh, good. Yes, me neither. Well, I suppose we should get on to business then?
I suppose if we're going to save him, we should wrap up what we're doing here first. Maybe this will lead us to him. Who knows? Maybe somebody will know the name Alishan?
Yeah, something like that.
right, so you head on down to breakfast then.
Yep.
Okay.
Matt, can we hit the long rest button?
Yes.
That's good because I already hit it.
I don't ever just want to assume.
All right. Coming down, Shu is with you as goes. All right. Well, glad all of you made it. You look. Didn't realize that with all your merit, you didn't hold your liquor as well as I thought.
There's a little opportunity for such revelry in Bazozan. But as Nazan reminded me, it was a new experience, and new experiences are good experiences.
Well, we'd asked you all here, and we love that you, having won the Merit Festival, certainly give you all a upper hand, I think, in this mission. Officially, we need to hire you as a guards, additional enforcement. Things just have been rougher. Thankfully, no issues happened during the festival. We took a gamble on that, but even during rougher times, the festival has always been off limits. People tend to respect it. Just all types of things have been happening, and we're just afraid something big is on its way. So, anyway, we wanted to see if you could be here for a time. It comes with a 1 gold a day stipend.
Can I ask, big how? Bigger than us saving the swimming competition from sharks? Bigger than us partially destroying the city with horizon backs?
I mean, those all. I mean, that's everyday stuff. This is more. Listen, the wastes have always been dangerous, and I guess what that usually has meant is that other dangers, especially from your fellow humanoid, aren't as problematic. People tend to keep things pretty clean. Various thing here or there, something that has to be put down. But there's been larger thefts. Meatpacking entirely raided. More than anyone would need. That's what's the problem. We'll have thefts, someone needs to survive, get dinner for the family. That's normal. But it's been different. And sporadic. No pattern. So we just thought having a little extra, more eyes moving about the streets might be good.
These individuals might be outsiders from across the border, or
I don't know.
okay.
We haven't had many recently, but it's hard to say. But looks to Zill. But what did you recall when you talking to me last night about? I happen to have, well, my own dream. A vision. A golden amulet rose to the surface of a pool of blood. Countless hands lunged upward out of the blood to grasp it in turn. And all the hands fell back until only one remained. The one who claimed it was a handsome man, curly hair, somber. And he turned to me and said, "They must find me. The ones from the grotto." Tell me, did anything happen to you in that place that would help me understand the vision? It sounds like it's related, Zil.
Yes, of course. And Zil will recount the events to the best of his ability. He said, I think he was held someplace of terrible evil, but I don't know what he could be referring to. And a figure of such importance, it's just, I don't understand how their memory could be lost. My companions are very learned, and they've never heard of this figure.
I have not heard of this individual either.
Is it possible, Zil, that wherever he is, or whoever is holding him captive, has some sort of spell around him that makes people not remember him?
It could also be just ancient history.
Or that, and he's gotten lost over time?
If what you tell me is true, that necklace you have is a vestige of divergence. A relic from the time of the calamity, known as the Jewel of Three Prayers. People do not stumble upon vestiges without a reason. And there is no place in Jorhas where the memory of the calamity lingers more strongly than in Bazzoxan. It is not a pleasant place to visit. The Aurora Watch keeps it under control, and it is grim, but that would be the only thing that comes to mind with what you have told me. A place where maybe whispers of this person or this event might still remain.
But that makes no sense. Bazzoxan is my home. I know it well. There's nothing of this.
Maybe it is where you don't go. You've not gone everywhere in Bazzoxan.
Well, no, of course. There are areas, and he'll kind of turn to the rest of them, that are forbidden because they're infested with the most vile demons. It's madness to
Kind of.
tread there.
I would think Betrayer's Rise would be where you'd explore that with records or some indication, if no one has any actual papers on it. Exploring there with a vestige might yield results.
Elder, respectfully, no one enters the Betrayer's Rise. and it is certain death for us to even approach it.
Well, I guess good luck to you then. Maybe there's another way you can find, but that would kind of shrugs. Listen, your employment here can last as long as you want. We're asked for at least 2 or 3 weeks. I've asked from other people once we get some other teams, of course. And if the burden is not on you to investigate this further, then so be it, I guess. But when you're already, as the sun grows dim, you should be able to find, I believe it was those who you had competed against. They took the morning shift, so. And here, gives 1 gold to all of you. It's a gold for your daily. At the end of your shifts, I'll have them here unless you find another place to stay. Then, of course, just let us know where to send the daily statement.
Ezekiel, get out. Get.
What would you like to do?
Come.
So it sounds like we get the night shift, right?
Mhm.
So we kind of have the day.
Yeah, it's a little late in the day, but yeah, you got a little bit of time.
Is there a particular area that they wanted us to patrol, or was it just everywhere?
It's mostly the jumble.
Okay. Come on, Zill. Let's go see what we're going to be scoping out later.
Sybil's kind of lost in thought at the implications of this mission, and he'll kind of shake himself back into awareness, and then trail after you. And I think he'll just sort of explain as we're walking, as we're getting our patrol, that the Betrayer's Rise is so dangerous that even the most elite members of the Aurora Watch give it a wide berth, and that's the source of the demonic infestation. And the idea of going inside is just beyond the pale.
Well, I understand that. Not saying I'm looking forward to seeing that, but based on what we saw and what feelings were coming across from him, as far as we could tell from his words and actions, that might be where he's being held.
Tyndall, you have to be excited. There's lots of mysteries right now.
Yeah, I'm considering many. But ultimately, it comes down to a choice. Do we stay here and fulfill our duties with Dan Rasgard, or before we go set out on this journey, or do we recognize this is perhaps something that they could patrol with others, and that we might need to move on? Don't get me wrong, I'm curious about what could possibly be happening with with these thefts. I think there's interesting threads there, but I don't know. I think we could leave that to someone else.
I hear you, but have you met folks from Den Rasgard?
Not long enough to get a good sense of who they are.
Oh. Yeah, you really want to complete things that they request that you do. It's just what I would say, because they're kind of a little weird.
So
Not
we plan
totally
on
sure
staying
that they're
here.
all, like, stable.
So we're planning on staying here then.
Well, at least until they get other people. They said they were calling for other people. And then once other people are here and they've got more patrols, then we can leave, right? That seems reasonable and fair.
And perhaps it will give us greater clarity into our quest. Maybe it won't be necessary for us to tread where no one should.
Yeah, I just was under the impression that you thought this was much more urgent. The matter of trying to free this man. But if you want to stick around, I'm happy to do that.
Wait, Zill, didn't you say your friend was from Vazozan?
Yes.
Maybe she knows something, or knows someone who might know something.
I suppose she's as good a source as any. She's a member of the Watch, so. And I don't mean to my hesitation is rooted in a true understanding of the danger that would await us there. If it is necessary that we must tread there to rescue this person, then I would face that danger with you all. But I hope it is not the case, and that an alternative might present itself.
Well, which is why I'm thinking we should ask more people. That maybe she knows someone who knows a scholar or something that might have a little more information into this.
Well,
so that we maybe don't necessarily have to go where no one should tread. I think we should utilize all of our contacts and assets that we can to get as much information as we can before we just run off and go to, as you say, where no one dare tread.
It seems to me like you are pretty set on this course, and this is a perfectly fine way to investigate something. The investigations tend to happen in fits and starts. Sometimes you are gathering multiple leads, sometimes you're running one down. So, gathering more leads seems prudent.
the last time I saw Marl, she was near the butcher shop, I believe, is where the arm wrestling competition took place, but I don't know where her family is located here that she was visiting. We could perhaps patrol about or ask if there's a... She's she's difficult to miss in a crowd. It's very memorable, so...
Well, we could ask the guy at the butcher shop if he knows her family.
Well, I don't believe it's too far from here.
Then let's go there. It's a place to start anyway. Did you have any other suggestions, Nazan?
Oh, just not suggestions, just mere thoughts of we live in a world where sometimes logic and reason and answers and questions just magically find themselves in front of you. Isn't it amazing to live in a world where that happens?
It's truly. I mean, fate has brought us to this powerful artifact.
New information, new experiences, steps towards enlightenment. All right, let's go see this butcher and see if he has any more pies. I mean, I know that's not the reason we're going there, but we could check that too.
Are you still hungry? I'm just going to call you Naz for short.
Okay. That's okay. It's probably not the first time. Nope, definitely not.
Well, let's go feed Naz.
All right, so you wanted to go ahead and get to some meat pies.
We're looking for information and meat pies on the side, I think, is what the real deal is.
Side order of plot with our meat pies.
Okay. So finding the contact, I think, is easy enough in this to try to find her. She is staying with her family. Or at least the house. She kind of... So actually, do you want to do the meat pies first, or do you want to go try to find your contact that you knew, Zill?
We're going to the butcher, see if he knows his Zill's contact, and in the process, get some food for Naz.
Okay, that's what... Sounds good. So, in that case, you begin your trek. Doesn't take you too long. Again, going through the town, you're somewhat aware of it at this point, as you come to the same place that you saw before, run by Agatha Silverspoon, making everything work very well here. And it's funny how you see everything cleaned up fairly well. In this 3-story building on the enormous tortoise. The stage by this time of the day has already been taken down. And coming in, you see a few leftover meat pies that have been preserved quite well as you see the meat being dried and cured and salted. Agatha looks at you, go, "Oh, well, if it's not my, can we say, cast, what, paper stomach friends?"
I suppose we did not acquit ourselves very well in our showing.
You did well to get the emerald, though, so I am proud of you. Even if your stomach is lacking, your constitution is weak, apparently your arms are strong.
Well, I just thought it was amazing how much you can actually get in that pie.
Ha!
It was really good. Really good.
Yes.
I had to come back and get more.
Old Butch's secret. Go sure. Be 3 silver apiece. I'll get you some. Actually, these are 1 silver, since they're not the freshest. But don't worry, perfectly fine to eat, preserved well.
Anybody else want one?
Sure, I'll have one.
Still will order 2.
Yeah. Be good for lunch.
Matt, how many people are in IO's group? Is it 5?
Yes.
Okay. Zan will get 5 more. And kind of put them in a bag.
Okay.
That way, if we come across them while they're working, we could give them lunch.
I like it.
Are you from around here?
Hi, I am. Lived here. Well, most of my life took some time traveling, learning about meats and things out in the wastes.
Oh, do you happen to know Maudie? Was that her name?
I think it's Marl. M-A-R.
Marl.
Marl?
Marl. Oh, right. I mean, yeah. I mean, I know a family. I know her. Sorry. Yes. What you looking? Has she done something wrong?
No, we just need her help with something. And we're not from around here. We know she's from here. We don't know where her family is.
Oh.
And we need her help. We're hoping someone could help us find her.
Well, sure enough. Let's see. You'd want the north. In the jumble. There's a clear lake, pond really. Everyone around it likes to call it a lake, but she lives around there. Or at least that's where her family lives. I know she's visiting them. I'm assuming that's where they would be. Somewhat deep in there, though. You might have to go through a few side streets. And gives you some general directions. Tells you to look for the one with they have a shell that represents 2 pieces of shell that are painted to represent the 2 moons above their door.
Well, thank you very much. And these are very tasty. And they give her a gold just for her help.
Thank you.
One more thing. We were talking with Elder Ushru, and he mentioned that there was a major meat theft in the area. I was wondering if we could get more details about that so that we can try to find things that line up.
Yeah, I had paid. Well, I had ordered for specifically Night Stalker meat. It tends to preserve a bit more than others. Makes a good thing as things get cold in this area. In the wastes, as summer leaves. But I wanted to begin to stock up. And they had come in apparently in the night. It was not here. And what they had told me was there was a weird smell. They couldn't tell me what it was. But then everything went black. And they woke up, the sun was out, and their meat was gone. Speaking of Merrill, I did send, people doing different things, and the council had sent for you. I know sent for people to investigate things, but the watch doesn't care much about our place. Okay, I didn't think anyone would come. So actually, I had hired the mayor's brother to look into it a little bit.
Agatha, what do you mean that the watch does not care?
The watch has a presence, but listen, there's plenty of things that they don't seem to find. A year ago, children went missing. A lot of children. And the watch was helpless. Did nothing. In fact, took... that's why you all were good you lived up to your name. It was Den Razgard who ultimately found them. I'm sure that's why they sent all of you. It's the only reason I think we got help from Roshana, to be honest. Was their connection.
That's terrible. You're equal citizens of the dynasty, and you are due all the protections of...
That is what the Kryn says. I'm sorry, I'm out of turn. But you are here. Roshana has answered even, and I know the Den is in charge of all these things as far as the ones who are not officially part of the watch. So, believe me, I am grateful, and the town is grateful that things might be changing.
Sorry, I have 2 more questions for you. First, about how long ago was the meat taken?
A few weeks.
Few weeks. Is that 3, 7, 15?
She looks at you. Less than a month.
Less than a month. Good. And the approximate weight and value of the meat that was stolen?
I don't know. They claimed that I owe them 100 gold. That would have been, I guess, maybe about 800 pounds.
Understood. We'll keep an eye out.
I didn't pay them. I said, too bad for you. I gave them a week's stay in the inn for their troubles, but as I told them, I can't make money off of meat I don't have.
It's understandable.
I do believe they applied for some type of issue, but it was unfortunate.
Well, they didn't deliver the product to you, did they?
Yes, but well, it's a I carry insurance for such things, so I think they got something.
Oh. Then they recouped at least some of their loss.
Yeah, they did the paperwork. That's why I gave them the week, because It takes time. You have to file it with the Watts and then also the Chicago Council, and then the company has to approve both sides of the story. So, I figured I'll cover your expenses while you make do. I just hope they don't raise my rates.
All right, $10 is going to ask the name of the insurance company.
Yes. Sorry, that is Rotted Husk Incorporated.
Well, that should be enough information for now. If I have additional questions, I'll be back by.
Very good.
They're very well
Thank you
suited.
for your time.
Of course. What would you like to do?
Should we go find your friend, Zill?
Yes, I'm very curious to hear what she thinks about these thefts, about potentially entering the Betrayer's Rise, and I'm also troubled by these comments about the lack of protection from the Watch. I mean, this kind of laxness would not be tolerated back home.
Well, yes, and what about the children that went missing a year ago? And then Rasgard had to find them? Why wasn't the Watch on it?
These are all
No.
very good questions that I plan on asking.
Yes, I'm curious if the two are related, the disappearing meat and the disappearing children, but I suppose that depends on how long it's been happening. It has been intermittent, they said.
Well, if they kidnap more kids, they might need lots of meat to feed them.
Yeah, that was a thought that crossed my mind.
Here's another thought. They've got something really big that they fed the kids to and also need a lot of meat too.
Yeah, I considered that as well. The other thing, though, is the kids were found by Den Rasgar, apparently.
Yes.
It's comforting to know that our employers are so honorable. I feel their reputation may be somewhat unearned for being so eccentric. Freakish, some might say.
I just say this: you find yourself walking, and there is a statue of a drow elf. And you see the name Talvin Telvace. And it says says of Den Resgard. But you can see where Den is, that it's less weathered than the rest, as though it had been possibly scraped and re-engraved. And there was something that used to be there instead of the word Den. And it just says, we remember his sacrifice. You see there are flowers that you think were put there a day or two ago around. And then some were just possibly longer. So maybe it's a regular thing for people to put stuff here.
Zil will kneel and say a brief prayer to the Luxon and mutter to the rest of the group that
As you get close, you see that he bears the vestments of a cleric of the Luxon.
Mazan or Tyndall, do you know anything of this this engraving? It just seems odd that it's
Do we know anything about who this is and what's going on with the engraving?
Give me a history check.
If I were a Fui, I'd probably be going, but I'm not a Fui.
I'm sending him a private message right now. Explain.
Here he is.
There you go. Fui, context now.
Wait, what did you want me to roll? I'm sorry, I got distracted
History
by
check.
making jokes.
16 for Tyndall.
Legendary action.
24.
Context.
What'd you get? 24?
24.
You have heard of Den Razgard having done many acts towards the dynasty. In fact, I think with 24, it was some part of consternation because they had done so much and for a long time weren't recognized, or more precisely, didn't take recognition. And would often disappear from Xhorhas for long extended periods of time. In fact, that there was a time they were thought or suspected of being traitors. But this was all when they were essentially soldiers, militants, and then they eventually did get recognized as a den. And as you're kind of piecing together, your thought is this must have occurred before they were recognized, and possibly this was updated to better reflect their ascension. Which gives you an idea of like how well loved maybe they were, or how appreciated this community was, that they made sure that was updated, because it wouldn't have been a decree or anything that did that. And it actually makes it a little less historically accurate in a sense, but makes it more honoring. As far as the name Talvin, not so much. You know that there are many people associated with Enrazgar at this point. Maybe there are still many. Those type of records aren't fully known.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with that.
Inspecting where it looks like Den has been replaced, can I tell what it used to say? Or is that impossible because it's been erased so thoroughly?
Yeah, it's been like chunked out and smoothed over to a point where
Okay.
wasn't
Well, we for sure have to finish our duties here now.
I think I agree.
Yeah. Your best guess is like the new piece of stone was put in and then someone essentially melded the stone around the corners.
It was magicked.
Yep.
It's a terrible thing that their heroic deeds are not more known.
It
Perhaps
seems like they weren't really crazy or want to be recognized.
or that the capital suppressed the news of their deeds. I mean, this is just all very shocking, I suppose.
There was one time that they did think that they were traitors, though. So I don't know if maybe that was during that time. I'm not saying that there's a good reason. I mean, clearly we should know about children who went missing and who rescued them. I guess I've got lots of questions when we get back. Any inquiries shall I make? Well, in my own den, of course. I'm not going to go to the Bright Queen and go, "Hey, explain yourself." You just don't do that.
No, it's not a good idea to accost the Bright Queen.
No. There are proper channels, and I will use them.
What are you thinking, Naz?
Just interesting where we find ourselves and when we find ourselves. And by whom employed us. Also, maybe we can ask your friend's family when we get there about what the Den Raskar did at that time that got this guy a statue. Ooh, maybe when we get back, I can ask my sister and dad if they know who he is, since he is wearing our cleric garb.
Julie, have you currently stolen Zill's holy symbol, or does he have it back?
No, he has it back.
He does it back. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Remember, I gave it back to him
I
last week.
check every session. Yeah, thank you.
Should we follow directions to your friend's place then? Your friend's family's place.
Yes, there's a symbol of the 2 moons marking the threshold. We just have to find that.
All right. So, just search, and it's getting much later at this point.
Oh.
Because you're starting the afternoon anyway, and again, walking a city takes a while.
It probably takes longer because the city's moving around us.
Yeah, it sort of moves, and it's a little bit of.
I was thinking about that. I was like, how do you even give directions with the damn tortoises? They're just wandering around, taking people's houses.
So they're sort of like, it's near the lake most of the time, but then it has to move so other tortoises can take the water, and it's near that one usually.
Sorry, we might have dawdled too long at the meat place. I just wanted to get pies. I think our shift will start soon. Do we have time? Is your friend?
Perhaps I could meet with them on my own, and then Nazan, you and I, we share our connection. I could reach out to you. I don't know, but I'd hate for us to be derelict in our duties on our very first day. That would be a poor impression indeed.
Well, yes, especially as we decided we have to live up to whatever this guy did. You don't get a statue just for, showing up on time typically. I mean, for some people, that's a great task, but for most people, no.
Well, I guess we should probably do that then. Zil can find us when he's finished.
Did you hear that? Start trying to find my way to that sound.
Someone screaming in agony. Oh god.
Yeah. You run quickly towards the agonizing scream. And you see your friend holding the body of a young man. She cries in her anguish. And clutching him, he has his tattered gray robe. You see what must be Meryl and Meryl's brother. And as she pulls him close, and she doesn't really notice you, is just overwhelmed. There's this thump. And this desiccated eyeball rolls out of the man's hand. And stops about 10 feet away from you.
What has happened?
I don't know. I just found him.
Tyndall, can you do something for him? Can we help him?
Yeah, I mean, Tyndall would walk over and try to heal him. So he'd cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah, you immediately come over. And you see the energy fly over their body, trying to stitch. And while wounds come together, there's no life here. He's too far gone.
Martha, what happened?
Idiot. He was... And he goes, who? And then kind of really locks eyes with you, Zil. Right. He was hired to figure out some meat problem. But he told me at the festival that he said it's bigger than a meat theft. Something about a cult. And we were supposed to meet here today. He said he had something to do in the morning. Or last night or something. I told him not to do anything dumb. I can help him. He said, don't worry. And I found him. Like this.
Oh, Marl, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And Zill's gonna attempt to kind of comfort her. That's his focus. He's not like analyzing the crime scene or anything. He's just engaging with his friend. Wait, what just happened?
That was
Did I-
my weird.
Did I trigger balloons, or was that you?
That must have been me.
Okay.
Turning my reactions off. There we go.
Matt's over here celebrating that an NPC died. Yay!
Rick would be more appropriate.
Trauma inflicted.
Uh,
All right, what do y'all want to do?
I'm gonna pick up the eyeball and look at it.
Okay.
Kind of grossed out, but I'm kind of curious why he was holding this eyeball.
Grab it, squishy. Stare at it. I mean, you're holding an eye. The iris is green. And she sees you pick it up as Meryl looks at Zill. That's the only thing I saw that he had. I don't know why he has an eye, but kind of. Zoe, find out who did this, please.
Yes, of course. We won't rest until we find those who are responsible.
I know. It's information is better than vengeance, as Alexan says, but if you already have the information, or after you get it, if you could.
We will punish the wicked in accordance with their crimes. But Maro, we are here because we are seeking you out. We are also investigating these thefts. But you should know that when we entered into our into the grotto last night, we received a kind of vision, and it seems as though we are being guided, perhaps by the First Radiance itself, to enter the Betrayer's Rise. I'm sorry.
The
I'm sorry.
Betrayer's Rise. Why would you go there? For a dream?
It was a vision that we were shown. Tyndall, when he touched this artifact,
It is. I have heard of people going in and making it out. No. Okay, I've heard of someone going in and making it out. But not. It is not, Maybe the gods will be watching over you, I don't know. But I don't know much, unfortunately. However, That might be. She kind of tries to think a little bit as she's like, "What's?" Tries to like. She's kind of going through her brain a little bit, trying to understand. Um, I would Prolix Yusuf is someone who I know is researching that place. He's from the Allegiance of Arcite. You would know him as a badge with a eye. And as she even says it, she kind of looks at what Siora's holding and is, no. Right?
It's a strange coincidence. If
Yes. I mean, there are many things that have this. I don't know. But that's what I can tell you. That's my best bet. I have to give you more information.
And as this conversation is happening, I try casting Detect Magic as a ritual on the eyeball.
Mm-hmm. You do. There is an intense aura of divination magic.
It's magical. But what do you do? Divination. What do you see, I? And then I will cast Identify as a first level spell.
All right. You allow your magic to go forth, and there. This is a magical map, as well as a key. Your spell informs you that all one has to do is speak the phrase, "Hail the Undying." And you should be able to find your way to whatever it opens.
It seems like it's a map and a key. And I know what to say to activate it. I'm guessing we want to activate it. See where it goes.
Certainly, but did we not want to finish our watch first?
I think this is part of the watch. We're investigating a murder, which is sort of watching. Well, not watching, it's investigating.
Fair enough. Just imagined we would check in with our counterparts to let them know we were taking over before this.
I mean, we can. I mean,
Well,
I don't think I'll
suppose-
forget the word.
I suppose this is. Yeah, I agree. It certainly counts as watch activities.
We'll owe them like another round or two.
We'll let them know when we see them.
Okay. Are you ready? Siora, I have no idea exactly what this is going to do, but the eye's in your hand. Hail the Undying.
It glows green and begins to spin within your eye. Clumsily, you feel the desiccated flesh. And then it looks in one direction. As you move your hand, the eye kind of stays in that one direction.
I think we have to go that way.
Like a compass.
Start following the direction of the eye.
All right. You begin following it. Go through and under legs and turtles, the tortoises rather, and then it begins to point slightly down, almost towards the foot of one of the horizon backs. It eventually moves. So it kind of reshuffles, and you see a small kind of dugout hole. It points down this empty, very rough staircase, it seems, strewn with rubble. As you look down, you can see rats scurry in. And at the bottom of it is a set of moldering wood boards, propped up just enough to block a tunnel that leads further in.
I think it wants us to go down there.
Yep.
Siora, should I take point, or do you wish to lead?
You got
Sorry.
Yeah, you want mute there.
Oh, sorry. I guess since I have the eye, I should go first, because what if there's a break in the tunnel? We'd need to know which way to go.
Alright, good luck. You have advantage on your next initiative roll. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Sliver, when did you finally sober up?
Yeah, I know, I'm a lousy drunk. It
No,
happens.
it's okay. Glad that you sobered up.
We all are, apparently. It was a rough morning this morning. Poor Zill. Wasn't sure he was going to make it.
Yeah, mornings deserve to be banned. The day doesn't start until afternoon.
Well said.
That's an interesting topic for conversation. Because I don't think that. Yeah.
Okay, start heading down the staircase.
All right.
Still, maybe you should go after her. I'll go in the middle.
Silverwind is just as tanky as Zill is.
Which is why he should be behind.
With that, you proceed down, and you remove the boards, and you find a tunnel. It is of stone, with burning sconces every few feet, shedding dim light. So, come down quite deep below, you think, the streets. As you come down, you see there's a soft lapping of water that echoes through a wide chamber, wood and stone from collapsed buildings long ago. Little the area. Brackish water floods nearly half the chamber, getting deeper toward a dark tunnel to the west.
Is the eye still pointing that direction toward that tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hate to say it, but we're gonna have to wade through this water.
Should we maybe look around here somewhere?
Sure, we can search the area.
Make sure there's nobody like hiding in a corner waiting to kill kill any of us.
Phil's going to reach into where his own shadow would fall, and his hand will descend up until the elbow, and then he'll retract it. And clutched in his large fist is a squirming little Quasit. And he's going to throw Messina and command it to kind of keep watch in Infernal.
Okay. So, give me a perception check. I'm searching the tunnel here.
$23 for Tyndall.
Okay.
17 for Siora.
Zill's still hungover. That's why he got a 10.
Got it. So, after moving around without getting into the water, just looking at the dry section, you see a bit of rubble that seems to reveal a tight crawl space. Again, there's the partially flooded tunnel of water, and there's also this now that you've found.
I'm gonna peek into the crawl space. What do I see?
Peeking in, it's cramped. I think small and smaller creatures could get through sort of easily, but Those of medium would have to squeeze, but could make it through. But it seems to... You look down it, and from what you can tell, it looks like it leads to another wider path after maybe 20, 30 feet.
Well, looks like there's a wider path once you get down about 20 or 30 feet, but it's pretty tight until that point. I'm not sure how easily it would be for Zil or even maybe Nazan to get down there. Oh, and maybe Silverwind.
Well, which way is the eye pointing?
Back toward the tunnel that the water's going through.
Yeah, very specifically, the way that your eye points, would be southwest, which is the tunnel. The crawl space leads due south. The kind of partially flooded tunnel for now actually does lead more southwest. So that does seem to be pointing more directly there.
Yeah, so it's pointing more toward the tunnel with the water, but the tunnel down here does lead south. The tunnel up here just leads more southwest, which is where the eye is pointing. I don't know where the tunnel down here leads, or if it will change direction once we get further into it. It could lead more southwest, but I wouldn't know because I didn't dig the tunnel.
Oh, go ahead.
Zil and Nazan, do you want to send one of your friendly folk down that tunnel? See what's there.
Yes, I was just about to, and Zil's gonna pick him up and just hurl his closet towards the flooded tunnel.
Does it fly?
It does not fly right now, but it can shape change into a bat if it needs to.
Well, I mean, it's going to land in the water. I mean, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'll have it shape change into a quipper fish when it hits the water.
Okay. As it goes in and swims a little bit. And as it does so, I would say so. You're just watching it go down, or are you putting your sight into it? What are you doing?
I'm muted. I will take its perspective.
Okay. The water around it begins to become odd. As it swims, you can see that its pace is suddenly kind of redirected. And it is turned, and now it looks kind of straight up, and the surface ripples on the water before you hear the bones in it crack, and it poof.
Zil will be kind of jolted out of its point of view. Something just destroyed my. It was diverted and then crushed. I don't think we should go that way.
Crushed? You mean gone now?
Yes. Unfortunately, not permanently. I will be afflicted with it until I can be free from this curse. But yes, I no longer have access to it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I guess the question is, how are we going to squeeze down this other hole if you don't think we should go that way?
Zil is medium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. I just know that he's a big medium.
Yeah, so they can get through. Just squeeze.
He's a big guy. Talks to the dead.
It's true.
He talks to big dead spirits.
Well, should we try to squeeze down through here then?
It'll be rough going, but it's better than whatever awaits us on the other path.
Okay. Well, I will take the eyeball and squeeze down through the crawl space.
Okay. Y'all start to crawl in. As all of you are in there, Zil's back scrapes the top, and the rocks above shift as the whole thing begins to collapse. I need dexterity saving throws.
Ooh, sorry guys. Matt, does this count as an effect that I can see?
Yes.
Okay. Thank God.
8.
I got an 8 as well.
19.
I rolled a 3.
What you won?
15.
Okay. So the rocks begin to tumble. Zil, Nazan, and Tendil, you push yourselves to the side, bearing the weight and letting it fall. While Silverwind and Siora, they fall, hitting your head. Blood runs down the side into your mouth. You each take 7 bludgeoning damage. And it is there. After this, you finally quickly move the rest of the way through, coughing from the dust. You moved into a larger tunnel, and it splits 3 ways. The way that you just came in, then west toward a stone door, and then south toward a foul-smelling chamber.
Which way is the eye pointing?
So it continues to point southwest.
Should we see what's behind the door before we go down the smelly?
Sure, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Gonna check the door for traps.
Yeah, so the south and you have the west, and you're still pointing southwest. So you move down the passage about 40 feet towards the door here. And you give me a perception check if you're trying to check it here.
19.
18. Look at it. Doesn't appear to be any traps.
Okay, is the door locked?
Look at it. No, it looks like it's a push open.
Okay, well, I don't see any traps. Doesn't appear to be locked. Just be on the safe side. I'm gonna take out one of my short swords and I'm gonna push the door open with the sword.
Okay. You open the door as you look in, and a stone, gold painted sarcophagus rests in the center of this tomb. The sides of the sarcophagus bear a relief depicting two women gazing over a field and a city. The lid itself has the crest of the Crinden carved into it. Old weapons and decorated armor line the walls of the room.
Anybody know who this might be?
Does the family crest look familiar to Silverwindale?
I mean, any of you who've been around, you would have recognized as the crest of Den Kryn.
Tis the den of the Bright Queen herself, our most ancient and honorable den. Strange to see it depicted in such a foreboding place.
Well, I say let's not touch anything. I don't want to offend the Bright Queen.
I think the artwork on sarcophagus thing's quite lovely, though.
Yes, it is. Anybody have any objections of just closing the door and turning around and walking away?
So there's not another exit out of this room.
There is on the other end that you came in, you do see what looks like a door that one could keep exploring if you wanted to go west.
Are you worried about disturbing something as we pass through? Is that why you want to turn around?
Yeah, I don't want to touch anything. I mean, I suppose we can make it through without disturbing or anything. We could check out the other door. Anybody have any other opinions?
Well, I am curious as to who this might be. We know they're from the Crinden, but
Well, we can
Mhm.
maybe check out the armor, and it might give you some. I mean, you don't have to touch it to check it out.
Um, do you mind if I take a look and see if I can't find some text that might illuminate the identity of this individual? Mhm.
Not me. I mean, can't learn things, experiencing things, anything if you turn around and go the other direction. You've already been.
Well, in that case,
Well, except for the other two directions. We could go one of the other two directions, and we could learn something new.
Also, Zill taught us water bad.
well, I'll check it out and see what I can find.
Okay. Looking around here, there's no text. There doesn't seem to be a clear marker saying who this is. You do, however, find amidst all the rotted and damaged pieces a intact, if dirty, shield.
From that, can I conclude that it's likely magical?
Yes.
Are there any markings on the shield that might suggest a crest? Is it just the crest of Den Krinnigan, or does it bear another crest?
It's looking at it, it is there's a depiction of a large fanged spider biting into the shield, and black lines of another type of metal seem to go in as though it's poisoning the shield.
Does this look clearly Lulthite?
Yes.
Yeah, so Zill's gonna kind of hiss almost in disgust and try and prevent you from getting any closer to it or interacting with it.
Oh, Tyndall has no intention to touch it.
This is the foulest. What is this doing here in a burial chamber of Den Kryn? This is heresy. This makes no sense.
Well, so far, that fits in right with everything else, because so far it seems like everything that we've come across is not making a whole lot of sense.
I mean, there's lots of reasons that it might be here. Could be that these are the collected spoils of war. There was a shield that they took as part of that. It could be something more nefarious, like you suspect, while one of the guard were actually a servant of Loth. I just don't think we know enough to make any conclusions.
Do you want me to check the other door for traps?
Yes, we should not linger here.
Okay, I'm going to check the other door for traps, Matt.
Okay. So you're moving through this room.
Got a 9.
Okay. You don't see any traps.
Is the door locked?
Looking around, doesn't appear to be locked at all.
Okay, I'm gonna do a similar thing. If I need to turn the doorknob, I'm gonna turn it just enough to be able to use my sword to push the door open.
Okay. So you take it, trying to push it open and take a peek inside. You can see glossy urns and cinerary boxes line the walls of a vaulted rotunda. Drifting in the center of the room, above a drain, is a ghostly, transparent drow figure. They're clad in plate armor, and where a head should be, there is a featureless luminescent orb.
Hello?
And a voice that kind of echoes. Who are you? Who is that?
I'm Ciora. Who are you?
I don't know.
Well, how can I help you if you don't know who you are?
Why do you want to help me?
Don't you want to rest?
Maybe. I don't. I know not my name.
Do you know how long you've been here and how you came to be here?
No. I know only that I am here, as are you. What? I am dead. You are alive. What has happened?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Talking with them, they don't seem to know anything. They seem clueless. They barely know that they're dead.
Is there any other exit in this rotunda?
Indeed. Looking around. Now you can see that there appears to be a passage to the west, to the northwest, and to the northeast.
What's the eye doing?
The eye is now pointing due south.
Hmm. Are there any traps in this room? Or at least right where I am, like in front of the door where I am?
You trying to find any traps?
Yes.
me a perception check.
10.
They don't appear to be any traps.
Okay. Are there any on the the boxes and urns? Are there any symbols?
You can see symbols of the Luxon.
Okay. Zill, what do you suppose in these containers?
Does this match anything that I studied, Matt?
They look like very early forms of burial, according to the Luxon.
It's ancient, indeed. It's
Give me a religion check.
that is a 16.
16. Observing these, there's a difference in that it seems that there is what is usually on urns, especially if someone who is buried like this, would have been symbols regarding their consecution. And not only are those missing, but it appears that what is here seems to be almost a rudimentary early like people trying to figure it out. Which makes you wonder if this being might exist here as part of a failed attempt. People just figure out the power of the Luxon and just having enough to sever the soul without absorbing it into the Luxon itself for rebirth.
These are early fumblings, attempts at our holiest rite, rebirth through consecution, but it's incomplete. It's remarkable to see. I don't understand this place. It's so contradictory. But it's old. Older than what we understand to be the dynasties.
Well, again, I don't think we should touch anything in here.
Touch it! Touch it all!
Zill just runs up and down, touching everything.
So is it safe to come out of here? Did you find any traps or anything?
No, I did not.
I'd like to see all the stuff that Zill is talking about.
Okay, I move out of the way of the door.
You know, I have a Luxon necklace too.
and a higher intelligence modifier than me.
Anyway. Sorry. I just wanted to see the stuff. Oh. Exactly as you said, Zill. Maybe I didn't need to come out at all.
I am proficient in religion, even though my modifier is 0 because my intelligence is so bad.
While this investigation has been happening, Tyndall has been casting ritually clue.
Really? Calling this an investigation?
Okay. So remind me what clue does.
So when you cast a spell, all footprints and fingerprints within a 45-foot radius of a point you touch become highlighted and glow faintly for the duration. At the time of casting, choose any period of time up to the last 10 days. Tyndall's going to choose all 10 days. Only footprints and fingerprints left within that time will be highlighted. Each creature whose footprints or fingerprints are detected by the spell is assigned a unique color, but are not otherwise identified.
Okay.
Any creature that moves or touches objects in the area will also leave colorful footprints and fingerprints, which might reveal invisible creatures in the area. And really, the big thing he's looking for is, has anybody else been down here other than us in the past 10 days?
In the 10 days.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, that's why I cast a spell.
You see two sets of footprints that do not belong to all of you. That lead north to northeast.
As if they were like going around from one hallway to the other.
They lead to the northeast passage.
Okay.
They seem wide strides, as if running.
Yeah, I'll relay that to the group. I don't see footprints of something that was chasing them, though, do I?
Well, if it's two sets, maybe one was chasing the other.
Oh. That's true.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna shut up now.
Well, but the highball points south still, correct?
Yes.
So we could retreat back through the sarcophagus chamber and head south toward that foul-smelling hall. We could follow that set of footprints and see where it leads.
There's also a third option.
Yes?
Keep going west. Because the footprints doesn't come from that way. There's an open way, and we still don't know what it is. And Zill taught us water is bad.
Yes, but we can still take the tunnel south.
But water is bad.
But there's not any water in that tunnel, just a foul stench at the moment.
All right. What do you want to do?
Does the foul stench smell like decomposition? Or putrescence?
Kind of like sewage.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to wade through stench if possible.
Coward!
Matt, now that I'm in this room where the ghost is, can you remind me how many doors there are? There's one we came through that the sarcophagus is in,
And 3 others.
and 3 others.
Mm-hmm.
They lead west, north, and northeast.
West, northwest, northeast.
Don't correct
And
the
you came
ranger.
in through the southeast.
And again, how big is the room?
The room itself is about 35 by 35. It's octagonal.
Okay. Can I just move like 10 feet towards each of those locations and see if I see anything else? If there's any like.
I mean, when you get a little closer, it's hard to see because each has a passage that don't get much information from.
Okay, so there's passages off of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt,
Each staircases or hallway.
do you maybe want to take a break?
Yeah. We'll go ahead and take our break.
I love you all. I thought somebody had to pee by now.
Thank you.
Good watching.
Alrighty. Let's see here. So, to kind of help us along, what else did you all have an idea what you want to do?
How would that help us?
Well, I would suggest we go in the direction the footprints came from.
You mean where they're going to?
Nope, where they came from.
What do you mean where they came from? Go back the way we came?
So they actually were coming in from the west.
Oh, okay. So you want to continue going west?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, I think this eye will take us to something important, but I don't know that it will help us gather the evidence we need to tie this to whatever it is that Merrill's brother tied it to. To do that, I think we're going to need to go where he went. And I have a suspicion that he was being chased out of here with that eye in his hand, and that those are their footprints. I think there's only one way to find out, so I say we go west.
Okay. Silverwind? Zill?
Zill's gonna kind of adjust his greatsword on his back. Let's proceed.
I do think we have the element of surprise for now, but I worry that we're walking into a crowd, so I would suggest we proceed quietly.
Zill, would you like to take the lead since we're no longer following the eye?
Gladly.
All right. So, Zill, give me a stealth check.
Thank you, Heroic Chronicle. Giving me proficiency. But it won't matter because I rolled a 5 on the die. That's a 9.
Yay!
Okay. So, move across down this hallway about 40 feet. You can see that what was once a serene crypt now lies in a ruin. 2 chipped stone pillars brace the vaulted ceiling. Tombs are cracked open, and reanimated corpses prowl the room. At the center of the room's back wall is a dirtied and desecrated shrine, bearing the image of a wreath, really bisected by a shepherd's crook. As your boots and shield loudly clang against the floor, and the animated corpses in the room look hungrily at you, Zill, and go to attack. One sec. I can roll for initiative.
Oh my god. So bad.
I'm making it, man. I'm making it. Give me a minute.
I am going to use Dread Ambusher, and I have advantage. So I've got a 26.
Okay.
I'm almost there.
Alex, how'd you get a worse initiative roll than me?
You know, I gotta remove all the.
Where'd you get
tiles
Silverwind?
from there, I thought
Didn't
you
it come
were
up?
gonna do.
3.
3.
1 second.
And then, oh, now I see Nizan. Okay. Oh.
Because I gave away my advantage to someone else.
Okay. Seeing stare hungrily at Zill.
Hold on.
And
Hold on.
our department's trying to go.
I was really expecting them to go to a different route.
There's another combat? Come on. Take pity on us. At a certain point, I was like,
You're all following the eye, and then you decide, you know what? Let's not follow the eye. That's not what I mean.
yeah, keep them guessing. Keep them guessing.
Look, it takes me some time to figure out the clues. Took me a while to put together that reasoning.
Undead.
Well, I've been trying to so damn hard not to metagame because we're playing Call of Netherdeep and I've run it 3 times. And then I was like, wait a minute, it's been a while, but I don't remember this part of it.
Yeah, this is a part of Call Another Deep.
Right back. I gotta do 2 things.
All right. Yes. Oop, let's go back to this. She was getting ready. All right. Very true. I keep you guessing. You never know what campaign I'm sliding. What material would be slided into in this one.
I was like, what?
Okay.
And then folks were like,
Matt, is it the number that I have listed, or less, or more?
Yeah, it's 8.
Okay, thank you.
Matt, do you have a migraine?
I don't. I just never changed it from another
Ah, okay.
thing.
8 what, Matt? 8 piles of loot for us to discover?
Yeah, this room isn't big enough. 1 second.
8 vestiges of divergence by chance? No, that's asking too much.
There we go. That's about right. Okay.
Are you guys suggesting that there is Vecna in my Netherdeep?
Did you not read the fine print of your campaign?
I sure didn't. I thought we got to wait till we were level 10 before the horror unfolded.
Oh, you're so cute. It's
Thought we were safe. Level 3. Vecna's not showing up at level 3.
Are any of the undead fairies?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. All right, I'll get them on, and then I'll turn the camera on.
Okay.
I'm working here.
Fire is watching, so we kind of have to have some undead and some reference to Vecna.
All right. There we go.
Why won't you focus, you piece of crap?
All right. So let's see here. Oop.
There we go.
All right. So first one going here is Ciora. There we go.
Is this our first time seeing our minis? It is, right? Or no?
Yeah, I think so.
They weren't painted last time, though, I thought, maybe.
No.
Like 2 of them were painted last time.
Look how cute we are.
It's the 5 of you, right?
Yeah, because we had Minius in the
Okay.
octopus and shark combats.
Yeah, they just weren't necessarily as painted. Yeah.
There you go.
Look at my big boy.
Oops. Let me kick everything, guys, a couple times.
There we go. A little better.
That better?
All right, Ciora, it's your turn.
So, the closest one to me. Bonus action Hunter's Mark. Then swinging at it with my sword.
And me?
For a 14.
14 hits.
All right. Wow. Where's my hunter's mark? Let's do it this way. So a total of 8 points of piercing damage.
That's too bright.
Hey, you run up. As vile juices spray into your face as you stab deep down into its chest. And Tyndall.
Yeah, he's not going to waste any time. He's going to pull out his holy symbol and speak a prayer and turn undead.
Okay.
It's a DC 13 wisdom save if they're within 30 feet. Which is all of them, I think, because somehow Tyndall's in the middle.
There's an overhead tube babe if needed now. There.
Yes. All right. So there are 3 that succeed, and the rest seem to be affected. What does your turn undead look like here?
Yeah, I think you hear Tyndall start whispering words that seem entirely nonsensical, because they're in what seems like another language. And as he starts speaking, you watch as almost this runic script energy that flows out sort of in a stream of runic scripts sort of pushes up against the undead and starts to wrap around them. And the ones that fail, it would, tighten and constrict and give them that oppressive sense of fear. And the other ones, I guess it doesn't take hold.
Yeah, they kind of gear and break the runic script. Anything else?
Well, that's right. I have a bonus action.
If they're green, they're turned.
Okay. Bonus action. The only thing I could do is a spiritual weapon. I think we're gonna have bigger fights later, so I'd like to save my spell slots. So he's just gonna make sure he's not near the ones that are not turned, unless he's already within 5 feet. In which case, I guess he'll just stay put.
Oh no, I actually let you. I didn't do it.
Right. Then Nazan.
Hey, that's me. I'm Nazan.
Yes.
I would like to target one of the not turned ones with a firebolt.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
18.
That hits.
Oh, for 10.
Very good.
On the dice.
Nice. Boom. All right, so it's a burn the undead flesh. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
All right. So the one they just damaged will lumber towards the closest living creature there, our department.
You know what? I'm gonna make it him. It's gonna be the one with no legs.
Okay.
Aw.
Who's that, towards Zill or?
No, towards Bobby because Bobby just shot him with a fireball.
All right. It lumbers into you with a 17 to hit.
Gonna bite your
Shield.
ankles, Bobby.
Okay, putting up the shield. Boom. All right. Give me another one, our department. That's not turned.
Me, another one that isn't turned. Well, there's the one that's fighting Ciara, and then the other one can either go for Zoe or Trindle.
All right. Zo's one's not here.
Zill.
Zill. Okay. so-
God damn it, Kaylin.
Okay.
He named his character Kalen too. Can you imagine?
Oh, jeez. All right, so one
There's
lumbers towards Ciora
It's already
for,
on her.
for
She
13
marked
to hit.
it.
Does not hit.
And then Zill with a 10 for another miss. And then Zill, it's your turn. I'll show you all the other ones. Run 40 feet directly away from Tyndall.
But I remember there's a door over on this side too, right?
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
So Zill is going to double over, howling in agony as these thick bristles erupt all over his exposed skin. You see a second pair of eyes emerge from his forehead,
So he's gonna hide over here.
Mm-hmm.
and his jaw bisects into a pair of tarantula-like appendages as I burn 3 maneuver points to embody Behemoth. I become large. My reach increases by 5 feet. I deal an extra d6 weapon damage, and I gain 1d6 temporary hit points at the start of every turn. That is my action, and then as my bonus action, I am, of course, going to rage. I have a feature called Feral Celerity. So as part of my bonus action to rage, I get to make my weapon attack, which gets those buffed d6s. So I'm going to swing on the one that just hit my homeboy, Nazan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attack recklessly.
You do realize there's one standing right in front of you.
I know, but I'm not worried about that. Oh, wow, even with advantage. That's only a 10 to hit.
10 hits.
Oh, thank God.
Zombies are slow.
Just remember, you guys are low level right now.
So that is 12 plus 2. That's 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay. All right. How do you want to kill it?
I think Zill cleaves it in two with a down strike, and then 2 additional arms burst from his back and reach its skull on either side and pull it apart. And then he's going to round on the one that's closest to him and bellow thick venom dripping from his jaws. And that will be... You know what? I can move. I'll swing around the one that's right on me. Exactly. Thank you so much.
I know, you want to flank with Kindle and his gas blue jacket.
He looks so swaggy. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Then Silverwind.
Alright. Silverwind will go to the one that's on Zoa. Hopefully being able to flank it.
Nope.
And
Nobody to take with.
sad face. And then try and hit it.
The 2 in the corner couldn't get out, but they'll be able to get out this turn, Matt, to run.
Sounds good.
Because Bobby had them kind of cornered in there.
To the attack.
That's a dirty 20.
That hits.
You don't need to flank. Look at you.
For 8 bludgeoning.
Very nice. All right. Bones crack, juices fly.
Gross.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all.
All right. Then up to Ciara.
Swinging at the one in front of me with my sword again. For a 12.
That hits.
Okay, so 6 plus. Alright, where is it? 1, so 7 points.
Okay.
Bonus action swinging with my offhand. For an 11.
That hits.
For another, there's 7 plus 4, so another 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
You got it. It goes in deep, and you feel the body kind of almost like giving out until it kind of and out of there's a blast and slight glow of black energy as it leans up, pulling more power from beyond to stay here. Tyndall.
Yeah, Tyndall's gonna look at this one that's standing next to him and look it in the eyes and just say, "At rest." And he's gonna cast Sacred Flame. It's a DC 13 Dex save.
All right. It's one by Sierra, the other, the
It's the one by
Tyndall.
Tyndall. So the one that Zell and Silverwind have been hitting.
You got it. That's a 6.
These damage rolls, guys. That's 1 radiant damage.
Burn slightly.
And
Does burnt zombie smell them worse than burnt hair? Just curious.
yeah, he doesn't need to move because Zell can reposition later. So yeah, he's just gonna stay there.
So I just wanted to let people know that even though Fire is pretty much rooting for anything undead, she did give us inspirations, a heal boost, and a damage boost.
Very good.
We have fire play back now when it's time.
As long as it's not Z. Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank
Even
you. That's
better.
even better.
Nazan.
Hey Matt, I need to call Z after the game. No reason.
Go ahead, Naz.
Sorry, it's my turn. I gave an announcement and then just went, okay, I'm done. So are there any more of the not running away zombies?
There's 2.
Okay, I'm gonna target one of those.
There's this one and this one. Those 2 are trying to run away, but you were in the way.
I'm gonna let those guys run away, and I'm gonna fire one of the ones that is not trying to run away.
Okay.
Firebolt it. That's an 18.
That hits.
I'm gonna use the damage boost thing for 6. Then I'm gonna roll a d6. A total of 7
Nice.
altogether. And I'm done.
It burns on his body. Very good. Right,
Yeah,
the
it's a
one
picture
near
right.
Siora will come and try to lumber into her.
She's already there.
Yeah, but kind of push her. Wait, 18 to hit.
What does shield do for me?
Raises your EC plus 5.
Well
Be in
then.
the dark?
Because
Shield.
This one came first, baby, so we don't need to do this today. But
I'm gonna use my reaction to shield.
I think you get to be invisible too if we're in the dark, just FYI.
You're in dim light. And then the other one will try to slam into Zill for a 21 to hit.
Oh, baby, that hits.
that's what you get for talking mean to them.
That is
I
6
use my
bludgeoning
reaction?
damage. Oh,
Shoot you. Criminal shift.
Ooh.
they reroll again.
Yep.
Only a 7.
Okay. Cool.
Very good. Then the other ones here all move
Yeah, they all ran away. They're all out of
yeah,
the
they
room
just
now.
keep going. Ah, Zill.
Scary man yelled at us.
Is the one in front of me, Matt, more damaged, or the one that's facing Siora more damaged?
The one that's facing Sierra.
Okay. Zill is going to swing around the one that is in front of him because I have 10 feet of reach, and I think that might let me hit the other one
If
without
you go
leaving.
like that, you're good. Plus, you get flanking now for silver.
Paula, what did I ever do to deserve this?
I'm being nice today because you guys are low level.
Thank you.
And it'll all be good.
I know the time will come. That is a dirty 20 to hit. I am attacking recklessly. And that is going to be 9 points of slashing damage.
Matthew, did you contact Z without me?
What?
I just got a message from Ann.
All right. So, whoom, you slice in deep. That comes down from the neck, between neck and shoulder down. The pelvis splitting it in two, but it still looks at you hungrily.
Nom 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 nom.
Oh, I don't like that. That will be my turn.
All right. And then Silverwind.
Now you got flanking.
Alright. Silverwind will try and smash it again. $19 to hit for 8 damage of bludgeoning.
Okay. All right. Shoulders and rib cage crack, but it's still kicking.
Then turn.
All right. Siora.
Swinging again at the one in front of me.
Got it.
7.
You missed.
Yeah. It's missing enough pieces where it sort of moves and you stab in between.
Okay. Bonus action hitting with my offhand. For an 11.
That hits.
Oh, nice. So 9 plus 3. So 12 points of piercing damage.
12. You carve a huge slab of his insides out. The flabby flesh kind of still stings the bones as it still lingers for a kill.
Okay, that's my turn.
Zan.
Wait.
Sorry,
Tyndall
Tyndall.
would like to cast Sacred Flame.
Yes, Tyndall.
He'll cast Sacred Flame on the one that he and Silverwind are working on.
All right.
DC 13 Dex.
Um, 5.
Aha, that's a better roll. He takes 6 points of radiant damage.
How do you want to kill it?
Yeah, he'll just look it in the eye again and say, I said be at rest. And watch as the fire consumes it.
All right.
He's not creepy at all.
All right. Natural 1 hits you for a miss. The others just keep on running away. Zill.
Hope you guys
I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the one that's left.
I'm sorry. Yeah, thank
I
you.
think in front of me.
It is Daz's turn because now everything's off. Go ahead.
Jeez, Matthew, get your shit together.
That's 21 to hit.
That hits.
46 fire damage.
All right. You see it burns away one leg, but it's still hopping on one leg.
Fire has trained these zombies well.
And Zill.
Barbarian go bonk. I attack recklessly. That is a 22 to hit. It's a terrible damage roll.
I'm gonna be honest, Bobby. If she trains,
Uh,
I don't think you want to be killing them.
Good point. That's 10 points of slashing damage.
10 points. An arm goes flying. It still looks at you hungrily. And I guess Silverwind.
Silverwind's going to try and go up to it if he can get to it.
Yeah, you can do it. There's a wall right here, so you can't get flanking, but you can get to it.
Alright. And then try and hit.
Like 24 to hit. That hits.
And that was a nat 20 as well for 9 bludgeoning.
All right.
Owie.
Finally, you get to the head and you smash it like a watermelon.
Why?
And thus, the other undead are still sort of running away.
Then get off my screen.
What would you like to do?
It does wear off after a minute.
I
so-
know, they might come back here in a moment.
Oh, never mind. You can stay on my screen.
Yes, Nintendo would give the warning that that's very temporary. There's a good chance they return, especially if we're noisy.
Gonna search the room.
Okay. Searching, you find the shrine that was described.
Is there anything in the rubble of the shrine?
No.
Any other doors leading out of here?
There are. As you look, there's the door that they ran out of that heads east.
So was that the door we came in?
No, you came in from another eastern door.
Okay. I'm gonna peek out the door that they went out of.
Okay. Currently, you don't see them.
Okay, but is that like another room?
It's you see a long hallway.
Oh. And that's the only other door that is here? The one we came in and
Yep.
this one?
Yep, you look down. You can see some green tin stone tiles. That's about it.
So where do you suppose this hallway leads?
That's a good question. Examining the shrine, does it look like this could have been where the eye came from?
You don't see anything where the eye would fit or be. You see that wreath and a shepherd's crook That seems to bisect it.
That's right.
Anything else of note in this room?
That you can see.
Can I check for secret doors?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
15.
Okay, you look around, you see no secret doors.
I suggest we continue down that pathway.
Follow the skeleton, the undead? Sure, that sounds like fun.
Zill's gonna cram himself through the doorway. Extra limbs kind of clutching at the threshold.
Follow Zill.
All right. Moving down the hallway, you come to a double door made of the green tin stone. It seals off further progression into the catacombs. Facing the double door is a large carving of a grinning skull. One eye socket bears a wide eyeball with a jeweled iris, while the other is an empty divot. What'd you like to do?
Zill's gonna pantomime. Poke at, point at the door.
So is the eye looking at the door?
What's the eye doing?
Yeah, it's looking directly at the door.
I think we found where it goes.
Well, I hold it up to Zill.
Oh, gross. Okay, yeah. Zill will catch it
You're sort of standing in the way.
in the way. Yeah, and I'm large too. So one of his extra newly grown limbs is gonna grab it and fit it into the opening.
And I've got my swords at the ready.
Okay. You place it in. And the door moves and reveals open. Swings open with a sickly green light that keeps pulsing through it to reveal a staircase that leads further down.
Zill's gonna charge on. I only have a minute, Matt, total before I revert.
Okay.
Yeah, unless someone stops him, Zill's gonna charge down the steps.
All right.
Wait, did we pass the zombies?
No, they went further than this.
Oh, okay. So, like, they traveled past the door then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But you had the eyeball pointing here. So.
Almost like you scared them and they ran away.
All right. The bottom of the
Follow Zill.
stairway.
Yeah, follow Zill.
Yeah, bottom of the stairway opens into a wide sanctuary with a vaulted ceiling. Stone pews are arranged in orderly rows. Black candles burning green flames occupy niches along the wall. Atop a pulpit at the far end of the hall stands a jagged sculpture of an emaciated hand with one eyeball in its palm.
No.
Does that mean anything to any of us?
Give me a religion check.
I'm going to use a inspo.
That's probably
All right.
It didn't matter. I got an 11. I only know about, my PD.
11 was the DC.
Oh, cool. I know about other deities too.
Remember, a 10 gets you usually get like 10's like the average, that it's below 10 where it's like
Just remember, you guys are low level right now.
Listen, if you're playing a GM Balo game, if you roll anything less than a 27,
Bad.
it's a bad number.
bad. People go, I got a 33. I don't trust Matt. Let me do this. Okay, 40. What people do.
I don't know that it's your fault. I'm just saying, people are like, that's a terrible roll. 27.
All right. You recognize this as the symbol of a being known as Vecna, the god of whispered secrets, the powerful lich, feared across worlds. And we're in there for tonight. Everyone watching, thank you so much, and I appreciate the rooting for the zombies. See ya next week.
Speak for yourself. I'm rooting for them.